Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick video here review for the Wildway FW11S. S means step down, that's that lower model. I really prefer that. I have an old football injury from back in the day, and it just hurts a little to get over a high bar type model. I have another electric bike that's like that, but anyway, I got this one because it has the low bar. Also, it's got the narrower 20x3 tires, so you're still knobby enough you can go off-road, but they're narrower a little bit than the 20x4s, so you can still go off-road, full off-road capability like a 20x4, but then you don't have the extra, basically the extra width that you have with the 20x4 model. So we think that that's a big advantage. I know it's basically a 10-speed is going to be faster than a 20x4 off-road tire, but then it's too skinny to go off-road. So the skinnier something is, the less contact with the road, the faster it is. So I basically took a gamble, and it worked out, because again, I live right at the beach. You can see here, this is down in Cape May, New Jersey area, and I go on the beach almost every night as long as it's low tide. It's hard-packed sand, and I'll go on there. And basically, the reason I got this, besides the 20x3 tires, is this battery. It's a 48 volt by 32 amp battery, which means if you buy, say, a typical e-bike for this price, I got this for $7.99. I believe it's $8.99 now. And as you can see, I hooked up these little Sony speakers that sort of play in tandem. I bought these little side skirt bags or whatever. Got a little bottle holder for a couple bucks on eBay, and got some extra lights and stuff like that, and fenders. But basically, the only thing this did have that I really wanted was the mag wheels that some of the other models have that are a little bit more expensive. Most of the mag wheels are about $12.50 and up. Once in a while you'll find them at like $9.99, but again, this I got for $7.99, which, considering you got a 500 watt motor with a 750 watt peak, you've got a full color display. I've had this thing up at 32.5 miles per hour, which basically is the same speed I get with a 1200 watt motor I have on my other e-bike. So even though this is only a 500 watt motor with a 750 peak, again, maybe because of those 20x3 tires, less contact with the road, but still enough. I mean, look at that. You can go off-road with these things, no problem. That looks like an off-road tire to me. It comes with the double LEDs. A lot of the cheaper bikes only will give you one LED. Even little touches I pointed out in some of my other videos, and I apologize for the wind, but we're on the beach. It's a Wildway plate, metal plate with glossy gold emboss. So a high quality, that's metal, not plastic. And they put that on there instead of just the exposed bolts, which almost every other bike manufacturer does. Also, most bike manufacturers have these cables like this, right? And it's nice, it keeps it nice and tight. But look, they go the extra mile here. I don't know what that is. Oh, one of my dog's furs. She just died. Oh, that sucks so bad. Anyway, this is basically a little neoprene sleeve here, and it holds in the cables here a little better. It's just a little thing. You could probably get these for a couple bucks somewhere, but on Temu or Amazon or whatever. But it's the fact that it comes with it, and it just keeps everything nice and succinct and together and protected. These are vital cables here that you don't want exposed to dirt and grime more than they have to be. And then for a couple bucks extra, I mean, this was like 13 bucks. This was, I think, 12. This one was a little more expensive at like 21. But all these lights cost about 40 bucks total so far. And the bags were only $2.99 each. They've since gone up in price, but it was $2.99 when I bought it. So I had the speakers from before. So again, with this bike, you get the fast motor, gets you up to 32 miles an hour. You get the enormous battery, a 32 milliamp battery with a 48 volt. So 48 volt is better than like a 36 volt. That's the sort of the two competing volts that happen in this price category. And when you get up into like $2,500 bikes, it'll be 52 volts. But I'm going to try and block the wind because it's getting bad. I'll block it with my body, but then you don't get to see the beautiful sunset. Sunset. But anyway, so you get really the best of all worlds with this bike. You get the huge battery, which gives you, they say 60 to 90 miles. I mean, that's a huge range. I'm maybe 5 miles from Cape May City, the center of the city, Washington Street Mall. So I could go back and forth to Cape May like 10 times without having to refuel. Now, I like the way this frame, it's an S frame, so it's low. It breaks in half if you want to do that. This thing here collapses, so I've had it in, if you have an SUV, you don't need to worry about collapsing that bolt. You can just collapse the stem here, folds down in a second. It's nice and easy. And when it folds down, then you've got, it's basically just about, it's just this sort of rectangle shape, but it doesn't go up high. You can lower the seat and lower the handlebars and put it in without having to worry about the fold in half. But then if you have like a car and you have less space, then you can just fold it in half and it'll even fit in the back seat of a car pretty much. Again, the smaller wheels make it easier if you have like an apartment or a condo to sort of wheel it in. I have a house, but it's not a very big house. It's like a beach bungalow type house, so it's only one floor. It's like a little rancher type thing, and it's real easy to wheel this in. And I have another e-bike that has 20x4 tires, and it's just harder to get it in. It's a little harder to maneuver it in. It's got the bar up here. So this bike really was a correction of the things I missed with my first bike, and it gave me everything I wanted with this bike, basically everything I wanted, and really couldn't be happier. Again, for $799. Now that was a Black Friday sale. The replacement battery on the website of Wildwater, $799. So just the cost of this huge replacement battery, the battery is the most expensive part of an e-bike if you don't know that, just this battery alone, we got the whole bike and the battery for. So it was a pretty good deal. But even now at $899, that's only $100 more. So it's like you're paying for the battery and then you pay 99 bucks for this whole bike. And it's got the suspension up front with the lockout spokes. Most of the cheaper bikes give you 40 millimeters of travel or 50 millimeters of travel. These are 80 millimeters of travel. Okay, very nice. Now they're not hydraulic brakes, they're disc brakes, but they work really well. I didn't have to adjust them or anything. They just sort of were nice out of the box. This kind of thing here, I thought I would hate originally, and turns out this is one of the things I love because it's got cruise control. So you just press this down for about 5 seconds, and once you learn how to do it, you figure out that if you just press your thumb a little bit against this as you lower it down, it's enough friction there to stop it from coming up. So even if you want to not use cruise control, you can just use it that way. So all around, couldn't be happier with this bike. It's got the folding pedals, and again, didn't have the mag wheels that I wanted, so I got these little spokes. They were like $2 or $3 on eBay for hundreds of them, and they're basically straws that somebody cut open, I guess, or something. But they're yellow, and I thought the yellow contrasted nicely with the gray of the Wildwater there. So I think there's a nice contrast between both things. Now you do get the plastic fenders here, which aren't as good as the regular fenders. Sometimes higher end bikes will include metal fenders, but my other bike, which was originally supposed to be a higher price, has metal here, and the rocks that hit it make like a ping, 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 like a real big noise because it's hitting metal. So I'm sure metal is sturdier over time, but these are lighter, which is good, always on an e-bike, and the rocks hit underneath and you don't even hear them. So I actually prefer to have this kind of model where you have plastic fenders instead of metal. Just an opinion thing, but then on this back rack you can see, again, I did my little Sony speakers here. So most of the e-bike speakers that you can put up in your rack, almost the ones that are $60, $70, $90, are 5 watt if you like. 5 watt, maybe 4 watt, maybe 8 watt at the most, but most of them say 5 watt. And facing you when you're driving, you'll hear it, but it's not going to be that loud. So these I already had with me. I've had them on my TV for years, and they are 20 watt each. So connected, it's giving me 40 watts. I was just listening to Christmas big band music. It's freezing down here. It's after Christmas, but I just thought I'd listen to that for some reason. So anyway, Wildwater FW11S, S stands for step down. and got a 750 watt peak motor, 500 watt but 750 peak, 48 volt by 32 amp battery. So if you're looking at an e-bike in this price category, it has a 10 amp battery. This is 3 of them plus a little bit more. So it'd be like having 3 batteries stacked up, and they're all in this one. So you can't beat it. Even the seat, I have a replacement seat that's better, aftermarket, and I don't put it on because this one is just so comfortable. The thing here and the padding, it's just a real nice bike. And even this full color display, again, couldn't be happier with the full color display. Other bikes that cost twice as much will sometimes have, you know, like that dull gray, you know, scale gray type look. So I much prefer the full color. I was longing for a full color. I wanted a Bandit bike originally, but the Bandit bike I want is like $2,500, so it's just a little out of reach right now. But anyway, maybe we'll get it this summer. So anyway, guys, peace out and enjoy that beautiful sunset.